Msimbogi TV. Habari, kazi na sala.
Good afternoon, school. Good afternoon once again. I would like to welcome all of you in this debate. First of all, before starting this debate, we should praise our Lord. So take off your seat and we start with prayers. In the name of the Father. Dear God, we thank you for this great day. Please lead us, protect us from the beginning of this debate until we finish this debate. Continue, be with us, make us active. Amen. In the name of the Father. Before starting this debate, the things that I want all of you, please, you should cooperate. Second thing, be active and make sure you have somewhere to notice. And today's motion, it is corporal punishment should be abolished at school. For more description about this motion, I would like to welcome the motion mover. Motion mover, welcome.
Good afternoon, school. I would like to elaborate more about corporal punishment. What is corporal punishment? Corporal punishment is a punishment which involves physical punishment to the people, especially by beating them. Example of corporal punishment is like sticking students, giving them manual work, and other activities which involve physical pain. In the world, there are such 8 countries which allow corporal punishment. One among the countries is our country, Tanzania. Now, it is good in school to use corporal punishment. It is advantageous, or there's no advantage of using corporal punishment. Now we have opposer side who are going to go against the motion, and proposer side who are going to support the motion. Please, guys, we need your cooperation.
Thank you so much, the motion mover. Now, are you ready for this debate? Now, so as we start, I'm going to start with the proposer's side from this debate. Godwin Chad, you're welcome. While he's coming, cheer him up.
Thank you, Chairperson, Secretary, Timekeeper, and the judges. Today's motion, as it was well stated by the motion mover, corporal punishment should be abolished in school. I support this motion because of my following views. To begin with, it is to stress. As the motion mover said, corporal punishment is any physical punishment that involves hitting. In normal circumstances, a child is supposed to be advised, counseled about any problem. Maybe, for example, you have told the teacher has told the student, please, after finishing my work at 4 p.m., collect my book. The student collects it in the morning at 8 a.m., which what the teacher has told him and what he's doing is different. Instead of caning him, just call him and say, yes, when I say, collect the book in time, so that you can proceed, not just beating him. When you beat him, he does not even understand, why has he beat me? So which means that let me proceed. Sometimes we may get annoyed. My second view is that it leads to absenteeism. Absenteeism in simple terms, it means by the normal attendance to the school, mostly for day scholars, is limited. For example, you may come on Monday, you don't come on Tuesday, you come on Wednesday. So that may be caused by corporal punishments. I mean by a day scholar is being given homework, for example, like 10 questions, as our normal exams are here. They tell the day scholar, next day come back when you have finished the exam. But instead, the day scholar does not do that. He comes back when the homework is not done. Then he gives the teacher, teacher, here's your homework. Why have you not completed? He has no answer. They begin caning him. The next day, he's given another homework. Without being told the reason, he's given another homework. Come back with it the next day. Instead of coming back with it, he does not come back with it. Because the teacher has caned him, he knows that if I don't do, I'm supposed to be caned. So after realizing that this teacher likes beating, why don't I? He has a session on Monday. Let me not come, I come on Tuesday. Which means that he is fearing the teachers per now as we are talking. So which means those corporal punishments can make us not cooperate with the school attendance of coming at school. Which means that a child frequently may come on Monday or may come twice a week to study, yet other studies are there and he's missing them. In the end of the exam, he begins failing. I conclude by saying, aspire to inspire before you expire. Thank you, Chairperson.
Any question? You're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, for this opportunity. Godwin, I want to ask you a question. You said that corporal punishment leads to stress, right? And you talked about students being given homework and not fulfilling them, right? You're being given a homework to do it at home, but you don't do it. My question is, what if the student repeats the same mistake twice?
Thank you, Honorable Sarah. According to your question, I have the answer. You say that a student is given homework. He does not do it the next day, he does the same thing. When you have caned him, he doesn't know why has the teacher caned me. Oh, I've not completed the work. The next day he comes back with no work. But if you sit down and say, you are supposed to do like this at home. Because remember, when you go at home, there's television, PlayStation. You may feel like you want to play anything, forgetting that you have homework at school. So this makes a distraction so that you cannot do the homework, which is different in borders where you have too much time to do homework. So which means the student may have distractions of tablets, phones, and televisions, which makes him not to do the homework. But if the teacher settles, because they know the scholars always play iPads, games, PS, that's all. The teacher may make the student sit down and tell him, you are supposed to do like this and this like this. If you want to play, play, and then do the homework. Not every time playing, yet you know you have the homework. That's simple. Because he knows, I'm supposed to play, then this time I'm supposed to do homework. It becomes simple because he has not been caned. Just advising him, he can ask, so I'm supposed to do this, this, and this. Even the parent may understand. Thank you, Chairperson.
Now I'd like to welcome the members of opposite side. Honorable Eusebius Kamugisha, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, school. Good afternoon once again. Well, I'm here today on the 7th of February to oppose the motion that says corporal punishments must be abolished at school. I oppose this motion in so many ways. Firstly, I start by saying that it grows a poor psychological mindset in the minds of students. As one of my fellow competitors said that you have time to play games, you have time systematically. I was just listening. The child that he might be talking about might not be an African because as far as I am aware, Tanzania is among the 38 countries that practice corporal punishments. In those corporal punishments, Africans are considered as ignorant and ignorant. As for a student to succeed, you must have external factors that make you to excel, that push you, that make that fear that you have for the teacher. That fear can be used as a power in you so that you can study, so that you can excel in that subject. That fear doesn't have to be necessarily something that I don't want to study because I am afraid of this teacher. No, it's not compulsory. If you know that you're afraid of the teacher, put extra efforts. Secondly, I say that it gives students a self-governing and disciplinary sense. Because if you see, lately, very few days ago, we were once given a corporal punishment because of not having files, personal timetables, and bottles. Now you can tell me, the weekend has passed, and you can tell me the percentage of students who did not have files or bottles, and you can tell me how many. Form 1s did not have plans on their personal timetables. They did not have files. They did not have water bottles. Within this week, they were able to get all of them due to the corporal punishments. And imagine that was a warning. We weren't actually given the complete punishment. That was a warning. And it was implemented because the child was afraid of knowing what is going to happen next. Lastly, I finish with my last point by saying that they should not be abolished at school because they bring into us a spirit of excelling in our studies. You know, in other countries like Americans, the people from the United Kingdom, Britons, people from the Netherlands, they don't pass through these punishments. That's why there's a difference between even our curriculums. You can find someone answering in an examination, a teacher answering in an examination, someone is drawing cartoons, and a person is getting marks. Our curriculums, if you don't write anything on the paper, you don't get marks. Am I wrong? The reason why our teachers punish us is so that we can remember what we're doing here in school. Not to make us feel and understand, why have I been punished? Every single human being that is living here has a conscience and knows that I did something wrong. When you do something wrong, there has to be the internal or external push. These corporal punishments could be that external factor that causes us to excel in our studies. Others give up Form 4. After finishing Form 4, people really don't know. They keep on having decisions, should I go to university or should I go to advanced level? The reason why most of the schools that they might have finished from is because they didn't get those punishments. They weren't afraid of their future. It's not that when our teachers punish us, the fear ends from there. We need to think far. We need to think beyond. Our teacher punishes us as a sign to show that when the teacher is punishing you, that's like a sign of love, showing you that I also passed through this. I also want you to pass through this for your success, not to make you feel pain. Okay, you were punished 3 to 5 sticks. In the next 10 minutes, the pain will end and you'll understand what you did wrong. And I'm pretty sure, even if you were punished twice, thrice, the 4th time or the 3rd time, the results will come out better.
Thank you so much, Honorable Service. Now, any question? Point of addition? Now, thing that I want to tell you here, when you come here, please make sure you speak loudly. Now, I'm going to the proposer side. Honorable Treasurer, you are welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, Secretary, and other majority. Good afternoon, my fellow students. I'm here to propose the motion which states that corporal punishment should be abolished at school by the following points. My first point, it creates conflict between students and teachers. Actually, this happens when a teacher crosses the boundaries of punishing a student. For instance, if the students are not running and the teacher punishing them by sending them to the farm to do farming activities, actually this will create anger to the student and they start to hate their teachers. My second point, it creates code to the students. This code is the state of being afraid of something or somebody. when a student is scored, actually this may result to lack of confidence. For instance, when a teacher who has punished a student has chosen a student to maybe to represent something else or to present something views to his or her fellow students, the student may lack the confidence because of being afraid to that teacher. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Treasurer. Now, welcome anyone who has question. Member of the floor, anyone who has question? Point of addition? Thank you so much. Now, member from opposite side, Honorable Eric Kwa, you are welcome. Opposite side. Well, it's coming, check him up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, the Secretary, Timekeeper, member of the floor, audience, teachers. Good afternoon. I'm here in front of you to oppose the motion which said that corporal punishment should be abolished to schools by my following views. First, help in self-mental control. Without punishment, a student cannot get the self-mental control. How? Example, when we are given package to be, when I've given package to be done in home, some of students did not finish the package and they sent away back home. This brings the self-mental control because without punishment of sending them back, they may come, a majority of the students may come to school without finished package. So this helps in self-mental control. Another thing helps to avoid criminals in futures. Example, in our school, maybe discipline office caught any student maybe doing thieving. The discipline office, they should cane the student in order to leave his habit and to avoid criminals in future. And if the discipline office will not be able to punish the student, this habit may be continuing until it's grow up. So we may find that in future, we may find that the students become a thief, which this is not good.
Sorry, Honorable.
Thank you.
There is a point of interaction.
Thank you, Chairperson, for this magnificent chance. Honorable, back to your first view. You say that self-mental control. Maybe you have forgotten something. As we are students, we come from different families and origins. You might find a child here at school, he has never been caned since from 1 up to Form 4, maybe if it is general punishments.
Are you serious?
First, listen to me. I said, you might find a child from Form 1 up to Form 4 being not caned except general punishments. Mark my words, except general punishments. It means that the family which he came from, or which she came from, he's just told, my child, you have done this, this, and this. It is not wrong. You are supposed to do this, this, and this. He may understand there and then he knows, I'm not supposed to do this, this, and this. Not until he's caned. Which means if he comes at school, the teacher gives the work, maybe mathematics, 4 questions. First, he knows he's supposed to do the work and take it to the teacher. Not by being caned. It means that when you're being introduced in canes, he does not know, because from where he came from, he has never been caned. Even doesn't know even how a stick looks like. He has never been caned. Because he knows a person advises me, understand, then I implement it. That's all. But by caning him, he may be disturbing even his mental control. Because he knows every day, if I do anything, a person may correct me and I say, oh, this is this and this. Let me implement it. It is done.
Right. Punishment to the parents show us to, you know that?
Yes, I know.
When the parent punishes you, that shows up.
That's why I began from the first statement saying that.
Refer to the Holy Book, Holy Scriptures, in Proverbs 22.
Yes.
You must give punishment to the children. That's the sign of love.
That's why I began by saying we come from different families and origins.
Do you think in this African culture, there's not children who knows about sticks? There's not any children who knows about sticks?
That's why I began by saying we come from different origins. I did not say all of them. I said we come from different families and origins. You might find maybe the Chaga, they are raised by advising. And you find the Haya, they are raised by caning. That's different.
In punishment, if the parents do not give punishment to the children, this may lead to bad behavior.
But you might find parents who are not giving their children punishment.
Children without punishment, he may become irresponsible. Because you refer to our families.
First, repeat your statement. A children who's not given punishment becomes irresponsible, isn't it? Yes. Irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
You have said irresponsible. You have just said it now. A children, if he's not given punishment, he becomes irresponsible. Which means you're already supporting me. That is done. Okay, thank you, Chairperson.
Yes, thank you. No. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, for this additional.
Prosper, you're welcome. Also, Eusebius, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, Secretary, proposers, opposers, and members of the Good afternoon. Honorable Kwai, based on your first point, you said that most of Tanzanian school children are caned. Do you know that we have some schools in Tanzania that students are not caned and they are performing more than which are schools we are caned? For example, I can give you an example of Bablo Johnson. It is found in Tanzania, but still, students are not caned, but still, they are excelling. Now, compared to you, let me ask you, you are caned. Yeah? You are caned. Now, let me ask you, are you performing at higher levels? Are you sure? Academic teacher? No.
You know those schools of international schools,
Yes.
they have different syllabus with us.
Uh-huh.
They are studying outside the syllabus.
No.
That's why they are performing.
You said that in Tanzania, most schools, students are caned.
Those schools are international schools.
Those international schools, where are they found? Students who are studying, where are they living? Are they Tanzania? Are they Tanzania?
They're not using our same syllabus.
Are they Tanzanians or not Tanzanians? Thank you.
Thank you so much, the honorables. Now, it seems that the point is crushed. Now, I would like to welcome a member from proposal side, Karen Daniel. You are welcome. Cheering up.
Thank you, the chairperson and the secretary. First, I'm beginning to say like this. Proper punishment can lead to fear of exam. That, in another word, is called examination phobia. It's when you are writing the exam, it makes you to remember what the teacher. It makes you to remember a teacher when you fail an exam, a teacher beats you severely, many sticks. So it makes you to sweat and to don't concentrate in the exam, and you'll be like so distracted. So this. My second point is like this. It is against human right. First, in a human right, it makes children supposed to be listened. Example, you failed the exam and the teacher beats you, and you want to tell a teacher, no teacher, I failed this exam because of I was sick, but he was not listening to you. He beat you, and now you are sick, you become like so headache, you are not concentrating in the class. Then my last is to depression. Like this, when a teacher beats you so much and hurts you, you will be thinking all the time, why did the teacher beat me? What did I do? Did I fail exam? Yes, you failed, but why did he beat me so much? That it leads you to don't concentrate and don't do well in your exams. It makes you to don't concentrate at the class. Even to answer the question teacher gives you, you are not concentrating on it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Karen. Now, any question? Quite welcome. Karen, please step forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. According to Karen's point, say that we get fear. You know that most in African culture, a teacher cannot cane you without any reason. That he will be the first teacher. Do you listen?
Okay, let me support her. You said that she said it creates fear, okay? For example, in our school, we normally do exams as a DH, right? We find that we are doing an exam. The teacher of the subject we are doing comes in and checks your answers. And as we know, most of African teachers, they do shook heads when they see that you are wrong. Now, wait. When they shook head, they just point a finger at you. After they go, you know that there's a certain place I have missed. And the teacher just showed me a finger, which means later we will meet. That creates fear in the mind of the student and cannot concentrate on the exam, leads to failure and fear of exams.
Listen, this brings the fear because you're not studying at all. You must be caned, bro.
So you tell me if you study, you remember everything on Newton's exam?
Listen, those who are not performing very good,
Yes.
usually you may find that people time they're sleeping, they're not studying, chatting, making stories, and so more.
That's the point to you.
Yes, continue.
People study, but due to fear of exams, because you know that this teacher, when I fail, for example, there are some teachers saying that below 95, can you reach 95? Bro,
No.
when they just pass in the DH and shook heads, you must get fear of exam.
Okay, I could recommend Honorable General.
Thank you.
Wait.
Thank you so much, the participants. Now, point of addition. And the second point, it is crushed. Yeah, it is crushed.
Thank you, the chairperson. I'm back again to oppose the motion that says the corporal punishment should be abolished at school. That's not reality. Why? Because it may lead to the effectively studying that may lead to the school performance. Why I'm saying this? Because in doing your acts at schools, studying, you can't study. If, for example, let's say there are no corporal punishment at schools, that may lead to people not studying. They say just, okay, let's say teachers, when you fail, when you do bad acts at schools, they came and punish you, just say, okay, you pick the papers on the school around. People will not study. Why? Because they know, if I not study, I will make stories, I will play, that leads to fine, and I will not be punished by the teachers. I will just be told to pick the papers. But when you have told by the teacher that if you fail, you will get a severe punishment. So it means it will lead to people to study very hard. And other is, it may lead the pupils to follow the school rules and laws and regulations. Why I'm saying this, as in our school of Munyera and Arita Secondary, we have the laws and the rules and regulations. So it means when the pupils heard that, even to the joint instruction has said, if you do this, this, and this, you will be chased at school. You will get the severe punishment from teachers. Why? Why? It's because people to escape from those actions. But if they say, if you do this, this, and this, you will get just 3 sticks from one teacher. So people will not scare. We just do that because they know there is no any kind of punishment which I get. So it means if they say there are some of the corporal punishment should be there, so it helps pupils to follow the school rules and organization, which may lead to the strong discipline. Understood? You proposers.
Thank you, Chairperson, Secretary, proposers, and members of the Honorable, according to your first point, you said that it leads to poor performance. And you said that corporal punishment, the teachers giving you to pick papers. Who told you that is the corporal punishment?
I have said, if the teacher say that in our school, if you fail exams, you just pick papers, and that is not a corporal punishment.
Now let me tell you, corporal punishment, as the motion mover said, this is a physical punishment. Means you will be taken to farm.
You have not understood me. I have said, if the school say you will pick papers, and that is not corporal punishment.
Now I'm telling you that you say it leads to poor performance, right?
Effectively, good performance of.
Good performance. Okay, let me tell you. For example, you yourself, you are taken to farm, means that you're going to miss studies in the class. And due to fear of teachers, you cannot follow teachers to teach you. And remember, in the farm, you get physical weakness. When you get back to class, you must sleep in the evening paper. You must sleep in the morning paper. You don't get, and due to fear of teachers, you cannot follow them. Because you know, if I go, they will repeat the same thing, telling me that you did this and this. That creates fear and mental problems to the child.
You will get to the farm, right?
Yes.
If you are back to the class, will you play again?
Let me ask you a question. I told
Thank you, the chairperson and the members of the audience. Can you please repeat your point? The first one, which you say that it leads to the effectively.
Studying, which leads to the good academic performance.
Listen, let me tell you one thing. If you get corporal punishment, brings you to effectively not doing good in academics. You know what? I used to have a teacher, our literature teacher, Sergio Hyben, was not caning us. He was just telling us that when you do this, when you fail this subject, you get this and this and this. And he will just say the negativity, not he will just say, I don't know, giving you punishment. Punishment, first of all, is what for. Some of our societies are not allowed to be caned.
Okay, thank you, my sister. You have said that if you are not punished, what's punishment for? Before they punish you, they give you the warning.
No.
So it means in Menyerere there is no warning.
Listen, that day here, Sir Ruben told us he's giving us a warning, but a warning with 3 states, is that a warning?
That is the warning because they're following the corporal punishment.
No, that's not a warning. Yes.
Continue.
Say a warning, maybe.
Timekeeper, add them 2 minutes, please.
Did I tell you to stand? Come here. If they start scanning you, how would you feel? You wouldn't feel good. So it will start disturbing your mentality that sometimes even a minor mistake will lead you to be severely or corporally punished by the teacher. Meaning that you will not be performing your activities well. That, for example, it may, in effect, it will lead to poor performance. That, for example, if the person needs your help, and then he or she calls you, come and help me, and then you'll say, no. The teacher or madam will come and beat me. I'm afraid to stand that if I come and explain to you, if the teacher comes, he or she will cane me for just moving from my position to you to come and explain for you. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Collins. Now, any question? Point of addition? You are welcome, Mr. Bis.
From your 2 points, there is one that I'll have to crush down. It is that thing about saying hatred of one subject. Remember, when a teacher punishes you, I get it. Sometimes a teacher can punish you because of thinking that maybe you have done something better or doing something that you have been not told to do. But the teacher's best interest is to make sure that we participate in class and make sure that we pass in our examination. A few days ago, I'm going to take a good example. Form 2s during a certain session. A teacher entered in the class. There was this certain group of people, and you know yourselves very well. You were not participating in class until it reached to the extent that he said he will enter with a stick to boost those people. because a certain group of people were sitting on the other side participating fully. How will a teacher feel while he left his home, his personal activities, just to go and teach them, and those certain group of people are not participating? Specifically from two, you people know yourselves.
Wait, let me tell you. So you want to tell me that the teacher has left home, he or she maybe has left his husband or wife, or maybe has left the family, or anything that's good, has left his or her activities at home, and then has come at school. Then, for example, he or she has to work, and then he or she has found you not doing that work. Then he or she develops a sense of anger. So I want to tell you that the teacher should start beating you so that he releases his or anger on you. What if the teacher kills you? How will you feel? Do you know how angry can a person be? Remember that person he or she is an adult. Remember, hormones. Do you know hormones? Hormones are secreted in the body of a person. They help a person to particulate his activities. Yes. They help a person to particulate his activities. When a person gets angry, there are sometimes that anger, a person cannot control it. And then the teacher beats with the stick breaks. Sees a chair. What will happen to you?
It's not a must for that teacher to use a chair, You know, there is this saying that us from twos have been having. It's saying think critical. Now, when you are told to think critical, it's not a must for a teacher. Teachers' mindsets differ. It's not a must for that teacher to use the chair or until he breaks you. I understand he's an adult. Okay, they have hormones that end up, especially adrenaline. Adrenaline is the one that gives someone flight or fight. Right? So, it's not a must for that teacher. Plus, any adult would not deliberately or intentionally want to hurt the student. That might have been due to stress. Okay, around our country, teachers have been put to jail. Some have even been forgiven because of the student's mistake. Okay, you have punished the child until the leg is broken. But there could be other external factors. So I have an advice for you, Collins. Think critical.
Additional minutes, please. Add them 2 minutes, please. Thank you very much. I'd like to ask you a question. You're coming here to ask me questions. Do you like being beaten?
I do not like being beaten.
Like a lazy donkey that does not have to do work every time. When the teacher comes, you like it.
If I have done a mistake, I have to accept what I've gotten. If I did a mistake. Otherwise, do not expect me to get beaten for no reason.
The teacher says, for example, the teacher has been told to come and observe the people at school who are not learning this material, not wearing IDs. How would you feel if the teacher comes and throws you out of this debate and can you for not wearing an ID? How would you feel?
Obviously, I would feel bad. I'd feel bad.
Thank you, Chapas.
Thank you.
Listen, you people, listen, please. You are silence, please. When I say debates up, say debates up more. Debates up. Debates up more. Debates up. Up more. We. I like your participation.
Thank you so much. Cheer them up, please. Now I'm going to welcome the members of opposers side. Honorable Rebecca Dixon, you're welcome.
Thank you, Secretary. Thank you, Chairperson and other majorities. Good afternoon. Here to oppose the motion, we said that corporal punishment should be abolished at school by the following points. First point, the corporal punishment make a student do not to repeat or to correct his own mistake. For instance, when a student has conducted the discipline cases, like for instance, truancy, stealing, and etc., when he should be punished at the next time or the next day, not repeat the same mistake. Also, the corporal punishment reduce the risk behaviors of a student. For instance, we may take the evidence or a proof from the preference of the Bible, Proverbs verse 23, chapter 13, which said that do not withhold correction of a student, of a child, by punish him by a stick because he or she will not die. So even the Bible says you should give a child when he or she has been done the mistake. So as the next time or the next day, he or she don't do the same mistake. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the work.
Thank you, Chairperson, for this supercalifragilisticexpialidocious chance. Through you, Chairperson, your first view was to make the student not repeat the mistake again.
Yeah.
Then I see that you're just making the student continue. You are gaining him. Yeah, the teachers who are here, they just say, I'm gaining you just because you've failed my work. Not repeat it again. Done. He's done. He goes away. The child knows I've been trained because I've failed the work. How will you be able to stop failing the work? Yet even copying is not allowed.
Okay. Let me give an
completed. He's failing the work, so the next solution is copying. Again, the teacher comes. Those who copy come in front. They again it again. What is that? Instead of just calling him and telling him, you're not supposed to fail my exam. Why? Do this, and this. Pass through past papers, do revision. That is what will make you pass the examination. Which means he has not been gained there, and even he saw the results. If you don't pass my exam, I will gain you. After giving you the advice, the child goes to mind that if I'm not gained, I've been told that do this, and this. If I do this, I'm not gained. That's obvious. Because there's already been advice, he has been given the advice and the result if he does not do it. Without being gained, because he already knows the result, he knows if I fail the exam, yet he has given me the technique of doing revision. It means that I've got problems for myself. Yet I want to be gained, yet I don't want. What's that?
Okay, thanks for your question, Honorable Chad. I just want to say something. Let me take your examples. Remember that day when Fortunatus announced that everyone during paper should have the timetable, school board laws, and summary. Most of students did not take serious because Sir didn't choose the sticks or didn't choose any punishment. But the last Friday when Sir Ruben gave us punishment, everyone has got a bottle of water. Everyone has his summary. Even I, listen, I'm not finished. Even I, that last week when Sir Fortunatus announced, I didn't take it any serious of buying a counter, buying a file, or taking a bottle of water.
Thank you, Chairperson. As I proceed, we have for one students. They may be coming from primary school, they don't have any focus on timetable. So which means the other day when they were announcing, the teacher was supposed to even take an advantage of saying a personal timetable its use is like it helps you in revision, which helps you pass exams. But they just said you are supposed to have a revision timetable. So the student knows that I'm supposed to have a revision timetable. He makes it not knowing what is the importance of it. What is the importance of a timetable? He knows that I'm just not supposed to make it. He may even make it and just leave it there. When they come to us, do you have a revision timetable? Yes, that's not what they mean. And yet he's having a revision timetable but he's failing exams. What is that?
You
so
know,
you're supposed to tell him the revision timetable was this, and this. Because he knows when I make it, I'll be able to excel in my exams. Wow. Continue.
listen. When you're talking about personal timetables, you're not going to tell me that each and every single student who does that is the same to others. There are others. Okay, in classes, we have notes. You can find out that you have your personal timetable and you have notes pending. But there is a time for a student who thinks critically will see, I am going to balance the notes that I have and I am going to balance my personal timetable. Let me not get out of the motion. We're talking about corporal punishments. You were saying that, what is this about Friday, about us not being beaten? You were talking about? I want you to repeat yourself. I want you to repeat it clearly.
The owner will say that a child is being told to do, and the sticks make him fail to do what he was supposed to do. It means that if he has been trained for running this material and does not repeat it, yet has been told that
Obviously, he or she won't. Reason why? Let me tell you. All of us here are Africans. Why am I repeating yourself? The next time you come here for a point of interaction, make sure you come with something even stronger. Because I'm just going to repeat the same thing. We are all Africans. We have the same mindset. We are arrogant and ignorant. Okay? Okay, we come from different families.
I'm not saying different families. Who told I'm going to say different families? A student can sit and say, why is sir always beating me just because of running this material? He thinks properly. If I run this material, maybe it may save my time for doing revision after breakfast. Thinking properly without the teacher telling him, what is that? The child has just sat, his own self, asking his conscience, what am I supposed to do? The teacher's guiding me. What am I supposed to do? Without even asking anybody. Taking his own, I'm supposed to do this and this. In the end, he begins running his material. He knows, now I'm supposed to run this material in order to save my time for breakfast. My breakfast is 15 minutes. So I can use 10, the remaining 5 I used to run revision. And leave it to the teacher was beginning.
Not everyone that you're saying right now is as sensible as you think. You're going to tell me that, I'm going to sit down and think. You never know. The reason for persons running on the smart area is because for someone running in the smart area, okay, I remember that I was punished by the teacher on duty. Yes. Let me run. Okay, you're going to tell me. You can find out a good example, the newcomers. Did the newcomers know about this system? Yes. You can find a newcomer running and then a teacher punishing so that you can know, okay, they did not get information. They are not getting used to the school. Yes. How is that the teacher's concern? How is the teacher supposed to follow up on a student knowing that he or she doesn't know this?
Maybe, for example, me. Maybe when everyone else has been seen trained, I'm trained for not running this material. You may ask yourself, what is the importance of running this material if we are being trained for it? After being trained, even called me. Hey, you're supposed to do this and this because the importance of running this material is that. Another person, not the other one was trained. That is another person. Because if it keeps implementing, they know, we are supposed to run. You may even like all the students are running. Maybe except those with disabilities. What is that?
Okay.
Because that, after seeing the punishment, that's what he did that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Share them up, please. Now,
Please, we need your participation. Debate up. Thank you, Chairperson, and all the members of the floor. Good afternoon. Like the motion which has been opposed, I'm here with my 2 points as the following. First is respect for authority. That, for example, my fellow Form 3s, Queenie and Angela had a fight in the class, and they were all called to the discipline office, and the punishment was conducted equal to both of them. The students will respect the authority that they should not repeat the same mistake as they did. My second point is that promoting responsibility. For example, a student is beaten by a certain teacher of a certain subject because of failing of that subject or of that exam. In order for the student to not fail again the exam, he or she must fulfill her responsibility by studying hard, not failing again. Thank you. No.
Now I'm going to welcome a member of the opposite side. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Thank you, secretaries and members of the floor. Good afternoon. I'm here to propose the motion states that corporal punishment should be abolished in schools by the following view. Corporal punishment, this can lead to corruption. By saying so, you can get a person, especially students, you can get he or she is being written in Swahili speakers. And he or she can follow a teacher and tell, sir, please excuse me, I will give you this. And that, sir, if, like there's some teachers, he can see, this student to their own place, they are too rich. If I do this, I can get something. He can say that I can't stick you because your parents will give me some money or anything else. Also, this can lead to mistreatment. Students, they cannot be mistreated well. For example, somebody, if he or she has the ability, to get something to give a teacher and other can't, the teacher can punish that one who has no anything and leave this was the thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Any question? If no question, let us continue. You are welcome.
Can you please repeat your first point?
It can lead to corruption.
My question is, you said that it leads to corruption, right? How can a student corrupt a teacher?
Thank you, Sarah. The students can corrupt a teacher. For example, a student to their own place, they are rich. Have you heard? He or she can have a lot of pocket money and tell sir, I will give you this and this. The sir who is foolish, he or she can agree. Have you understand?
How can a school employ a foolish teacher?
My dear, you can't know. Have you heard? They're using many techniques. Are you understanding?
They're using many techniques, right? The pocket money that the parent kept for you, is it for you or for the teacher?
That is for your own. If you're afraid of sticks, not every parent will give their pocket money, I don't know, 20,000 to matron there and left it. He or she can take another one and give you to give it. Okay, and you blow what do you want?
Okay. Can you please say example of such teacher? Yeah, you said teacher can be corrupted. How can a teacher be corrupted? And let's say yesterday, the Swahili speakers were there punished. But I'm believing that there is no such teacher that can allow to be corrupted. Because the only reason teacher comes here is ensuring a proper generation.
You're wasting time, not in our school. There's other schools.
Now, for me, I'm talking.
Thank you so much. Now I'm going to welcome a member of opposite side, Honorable Joshua Kauma. Welcome.
Thank you, the chairperson, for giving me this chance. I'm going to oppose the motion by the following points. Corporal punishment should be abolished because it is a disciplinary measure for penal institutions. Corporal punishment should not be abolished because they maintain discipline of students at school, and also there are the measures for discipline to a student since they are provided in penal institutions. Also, corporal punishment should not be abolished because if you abolish corporal punishment, you'll be going against the biblical teachings. As they say, spare the rod, spoil the child. Thank you.
Thank you. Any question? I would like to congratulate all of us from participating in this debate. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to welcome the secretaries from both sides. Secretaries first. Secretary from the opposite side and the secretary from opposite side.
May I take this chance to thank you all for participating in this debate. God bless you all. The proposers got a total of 17 points, whereby 14 points were fully accepted and 3 points were crushed. Thank you. Also, for the opposer side, they got a total of 17 points, whereby 14 points were accepted and 3 points were crushed. Thank you.
Now I'm going to welcome the grammarian.
Thank you, Chairperson. The following are the grammars. One of the members said anger instead of anger. Something instead of something. For instance instead of for instance. Motion is motion which said by instead. Motion which states that. The mistake will be continually repeating instead of the mistake will continually repeat. The use of Swahili language. Unresponsible instead of irresponsible. My second point is like this. Instead, my second point is that. Lead to not concentrate, instead, lack of concentration. Answers instead of answers. Pronunciation error. Thank you instead of thank you. Pronunciation error. Ze instead of the. Punishment instead of punishment. Form 3 instead of form 3. The he or she instead of he or she. Is that child an African instead is the child an African? You have caned instead you have been caned. You will be chased at school instead you will be chased from schools. Sleep in the evening preparation instead of sleeping during the evening preparation. If a person speaks, if a person is speaking, instead if a person speaks. But the use of Swahili language. I haven't tell my mom to vote for me. Instead, I haven't tell my mom to buy for me. I'm here to propose the motion that says, instead, I'm here to propose the motion that states, what have I done till you have beaten me? Instead, what have I done till you have beaten me? Needs a help instead of needs help. Certain instead of certain. Family instead of family. Remember that person instead remember the person. Not a must for that teacher, not a must for the teacher. If I did a mistake, instead if I do a mistake.
Thank you so much, the grammarian. Now, the motion mover, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, school. I would like to comment on the debate of today. The debate was fantastic and I liked it. Members, I liked your participation. And the coming debate, we need much cooperation from you. And I'd like to speak with academic that we'll be having debate with other schools. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the motion mover. Now, Rajuela, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you for the chance. I would like to acknowledge all of those who have participated in this debate. And now, I was a judge. I'd like to give a clarification on these short sentences that I have noted as the mistakes you have been doing during the debate time. We have some of you have tried to, not have tried, you have done the best, especially on the issues of confidence. You are confident enough. I'd like to congratulate you, all of you. Also, we had a debate which you are saying that corporal punishment should be abolished at the schools. Yes. Once we talk about the corporal punishments, we are not talking about only sticks. We are talking about a lot of things which have been happening at the schools, a suspension. So it is a part of punishment. Now, once it is too much or it is strong enough, students will be likely to not accept it. So it is also an example of a punishment which you had to talk about it. Also, some people or some schools there, students have been fetching water from a long distance. So you have to be aware of the punishments which are provided to our schools. Not only talking about the sticks. I think we are all together on this. The other issue, and the main one, stop talking about personal information. For example, our fellow here has talked about last year I got a punishment. This is not allowed. You just leave those last issues, stay there. Now we are talking about the present and the coming ones. Also, stop talking about someone's information, especially your teachers, that especially pointing someone that this teacher punished me in this way and that way. That's not good. You may all become clear on this. Are we together? Don't talk about your teacher's information that someone teacher and you are mentioning the name. That's not very good. Are we together? Stop with it from now onward. Also, yes, on the issues of maybe coming here in front and start ranking the leaders, I'm talking about the issues of salutation. You should know how to salute, how to manage the stage. I would like to see the improvements on this. Thank you. Thank you all.
For the next coming debates, there will be no debates but spelling bee. Everyone knows that. It will be between Form 1s and Form 3, so be prepared. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And the results are, in proposer side, there were 17 points, whereby 3 points were crushed. So they got 14 points. And in opposer side, they had also 17 points. 2 points were crushed, and 1, it was repeated. So today's debate, it is draw, right? So I wanted to congratulate all of the participants who participated in this debate. Thank you so much.
This is Mbogi TV. Habari, kazi na sala.